Record. Okay. Sorry about my voice, guys. It is just what you see is what you get today. You can't hear anything. Okay. You guys can turn, okay, a couple things. You guys can hear me, right? Can you hear me? You can hear me. Okay. You can turn your video off if you don't want me to see that you're not wearing makeup. I can see you all of you, I can see you. You can hit the video off button. I've muted everyone, so I won't be able to hear you. So if you want to ask me something, type it in the comments. Or you may just have to unmute yourself if for some reason you can't comment. And that, I don't want a bunch of people interrupting me, so maybe I'll like pause halfway through or something. Oh my gosh, my voice, you guys. If I start sounding like a 14-year-old teenage boy, I've got my tea. I took all your advice. Okay, you guys, can I just say, hold on, I have to open up with like a classic Tina France Pacesetters song. And so I found it, and hopefully you can hear it. If you've never done a Pacesetters with me before, welcome to Crazy Town. Just kidding. Oh my gosh. I have to say, if you have not downloaded the Score album called Atlas, and you want to be motivated with music, like that whole album is just ridiculous. And so just so you know, I may have some stuff that I have to share with you guys. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, you guys. This is Ignite, and I'm really excited about this because I have worked literally for almost a year on this exact thing that I'm going to be teaching you. And so it's not something that is what I would call a quick thing. It's really something that I have put a lot of effort into, and I just want you to know that it's like changed the trajectory of my future national area. And that's why I had to do a Pacesetters on it. And so first I want to say is this is going to be a Pacesetters that you will not forget. And I just want to ask you to look at this with fresh eyes. And so, you know, I think it's really easy. Like I went to an Inner Circle, the Inner Circle weekend down in Dallas. And something that I learned from Gloria is sometimes you have to take a minute and literally look at your whole business through fresh eyes. And if I can just be real honest, that's kind of what I did. I started that, which was almost a year ago, and I listened to all the training with fresh eyes, and I looked at my business with fresh eyes. And we miss so many life-changing thoughts because we let them float by or get filtered through our past, present circumstances, or our disappointments or assumptions, or even our fears. So everything we hear gets filtered, you guys, through that. And when she said you just need to look at this with fresh eyes, I was like, okay, there's something to that. And if you just take one fresh eye approach to something, just that very phrase, look at this with fresh eyes, even take that statement and really feel that for a second. What does that even mean to you? Because what it meant to me was like life altering, because it caused me to look at my business in a different way, which caused me to come up with these duplicatable leadership systems, which then caused my area to be like in explosive growth mode. And so I'd like to invite you, before you skip over an idea you've heard, or a phrase that you may know you have heard before, I want you to ask yourself, How can I look at this with fresh eyes? And instead of dismissing an idea or a system, I want you to think, how? How can I make this my own? I want you to think, what can I take from this that will improve my business? And then I want you to think, when can I implement it? How can I make this my own? What can I take from this that will improve my business? And when can I implement this? Okay, so that's what I want you to be thinking about as we go through this Ignite series. Now, why Ignite? Well, first of all, Ignite's one of my words. Like, it's this year's word for me. It's my 2018-19 word. And when you ignite something, you know, it just takes a little spark, man, to light a flame, and a flame can turn into a raging fire. And what ignited me, I want to ignite you. And so that's where Ignite came from. And honestly, it's been just this trigger word for me. It just screams like excitement, power, and like awesomeness. But how this started, or, you know, is we have this beautiful Mary Kay business, and we get taught a lot of the bricks of the business. Like, we're taught, like, this is how we team build, this is how we sell product, these are the products that we use. You know, this is when a new consultant comes in, these are some of the things they need to know. Like, we're taught bricks. And every once in a while, you'll have a really fabulous sales director or national that will give you some of the mortar to fill in the bricks. Or if they're tiles, you know, the grout that connects the tiles together. The in-between stuff that prevents things from slipping through the cracks, that keeps you more organized, and that keeps your machine running well-oiled without you putting a lot of effort or trying to remember if you forgot something, or if you did it right, or if you're missing something, or what the next step is. And so this is basically the stuff that takes the guesswork or the forgetting stuff out of the equation, the stuff that makes each consultant / director more confident in themselves, in their leader, in the whole process, and making it look simple at the same time, so that they feel like they can do it, and that people can follow them because it's so simple. Okay, I think sometimes we complicate things. And one of the things that I learned when I was early in my directorship is a lot of people would say to me, I would hear this all the time, well, I'm not you, Tina. Like, I can't ever be like you. And for a while, for a while I took that as a compliment, like, oh, I'm so unique, you know. And then I took that as like an insult. Like, I obviously make my job look hard. That's not good. I don't want my job to look hard. And so then I realized, I'm like, okay, I need to be able to have these systems to duplicate. So what happened was I started these systems because I wanted to make them, I just wanted my job to look easy and simple, and I wanted to produce leaders at a massive rate. And I wasn't going to start with my sales directors. I wanted to start with a consultant, and I wanted her to learn all the systems and see how quickly she could become a sales director. And I started with Miss Caitlin Underwood. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, because she became a sales director super fast once I gave her all the tools. She not only debuted as a sales director, but she also debuted with a DIQ, who then did the same systems and then became a sales director, who debuted with a DIQ, who is now implementing the same systems and is going to have the best month she's ever had. And not only that, but I also have another DIQ who is running the same system and had just had the best month she's ever had. And it's been this like crazy thing. And then Caitlin, the one I started with, is now a senior sales director and #1 in the Revolution National area. And it all started, well, she obviously made a decision to become a sales director in her red jacket, but then I mentored her with this system to make it happen fast and to give her the most productive, quick-paced, simplified business that she could have and easily duplicatable to her offspring, which she now has, who has a soon-to-be offspring, and then she's got another one on their way. I mean, it's crazy what has been happening. And then I taught my directors it. I taught my sales directors the system. My sales directors, because of that system, we now have 5 DIQs in my second and third line. And so, well, actually, no, one of them is now a sales director. I forgot. We have our first third line sales director. I mean, basically, to make a long story short, we've got a whole bunch of sales directors and DIQs popping out of the France area because of this. And so what I want to do is I want to show you some of the ways that you can implement this into your business so that not only are you having ridiculous growth, but you're producing people that are having ridiculous growth. And then you're just like, and it's fun, energizing, and you don't feel like worn out at all. In fact, you feel pumped up. Yeah, like so pumped up. So, okay. So first things first, this is going from December 11th to, no, this is going from now until December 11th. So that's like, and the 18th, the week of the 18th, there's a special bonus one I'm doing that week. I just can't, it might be even during the day on the 18th, because that evening I have a guest event that I'm doing in Cincinnati. And so, which by the way, me and Gloria Mayfield Banks in Cincinnati next Monday. If you haven't got your tickets and you're close to the Tri-County area or Tri-States, you need to come see us because we're about to blow it up in here on Monday. So excited that she asked me, like totally blown away. But anyway, we are taking a break on November 20th, Thanksgiving week. We will not have a Pacesetters. So we'll have one, you know, this week, next week, we'll be off for fall break. And then we'll have, I think it's a total of 6 weeks if you include my bonus week in there on the 18th of December when I do it during the day instead of in the evening. So I'll remind you guys as it's happening, but that's what's happening. Here's what I'm covering. Duplicatable systems, tips and tricks to running a business that does not cause extra effort, but does the running for you. And some really neat hacks that you will want up your sleeve while building a profitable, super profitable organization. And my phone is reminding me to pray, and so I will do that when we're done. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to tell you too is that Caitlin, the one I started this whole thing with, she's had really great months as a sales director, and I think her highest commission check as a brand new senior sales director is just about $5,000. Being brand new, I mean, that's really great as a brand new sales director. Okay. Kaylin, it might even be higher than that. I don't even know. She might be on here. She can correct me. Okay. What to expect? Training, materials posted same day or the next, a homework assignment every week, and a homework link that's posted after the video, that you have a week to submit your homework. So you just have to turn it in the night before the Pacesetters. So Monday nights are when the homework link is due for you to get recognition and to be in for the prizes. And I have some sweet prizes. Okay. Weekly winners. Oh, and you'll be given hashtags to use each week in social media as you're like implementing things and doing fun things. Hi, we got some joining us. I'm going to mute you all again. So that's fun. Okay. Hello. Sorry about my voice. I sound like a donkey. Okay. I just did not want to not do this tonight. Okay. If you have a question, okay, let me see. You guys have already started typing questions. Your face is beat. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Okay. Okay. All right, ladies. Sometimes I get confused. I need to get hip to I do not sound like a donkey. Thanks, Katie. Oh, it's a good thing. Okay, good. You know, I might be somewhat tech savvy and somewhat good at systems, but I am not hip to the new lingo. Okay. All right, ladies. So here's what's next. Okay. So first I want to go over how I organize everything. Okay, so first of all, if you guys do not have or own a Dropbox folder, you need to get your own Dropbox. That's like going to be the number one thing you do in your homework. Dropbox, it keeps everything simple. So basically, like if you if everything is in your Dropbox folder and it's categorized, then you always know where it is and you never have to search around for it. Because like I used to have like stuff in my Google Drive and stuff on my phone and stuff in my pictures and stuff in Pic Collage, and it was never in one place. And I finally got sick of it because I was like wasting so much time trying to find stuff that I should have just, you know, I could have just done it and it would have been done if it was all in one place. You're going to learn how to do text replacements. And so for iPhone users, it's really easy. For Android users, I don't know, but I know that it's possible. And so y'all have to just, someone's going to have to put a training together and post it in the Ignite if you're not an iPhone user. But I'm actually going to give you some of my favorite frequently used text replacements for you to add. And you have a list of every single text that I text a new consultant until she's in red jacket. And if you, by the way, so I've got so many different people in this group. I've got new consultants, I've got seasoned consultants, I've got directors, I've got DIQs, I've got seasoned directors. This is going to be great for everyone. And I just want you to remember that this is a business organization that if you learn all of these skills and you start implementing these skills early in your business, then when you are a sales director or a CalX sales director or a future national, you don't have to go back and try to like put these together because you've been operating in these systems since you were a consultant or since now. Okay. And so I don't hide stuff from my consultants, like director, like just wait until you're a director and then you'll learn all this. No, because what happens is you become a sales director and then you have a freak out moment because you have to learn all this other stuff that you didn't learn when you were a consultant. See, with Caitlin, she already knew everything. When she became a sales director, it wasn't like, stop, freak out, learn stuff. It was, I'm just on to Cadillac, baby, because I'm already rolling like a sales director. And that's the way you guys all need to think. Because when you think like a director, you can become a director. If you think like a Cadillac director, you can become a Cadillac director. If you think like a national, you can become a national. So, which is what I'm working on. That's what I'm thinking like one. Okay. Text replacement, Google Forms. You guys get on Google Forms and start learning how to make forms. It's really self-explanatory. I feel like they're very user-friendly. And you just have to maybe watch some YouTube videos to learn how to just make your own forms. But if you can utilize this asset, you will be so savvy and so quick and have access to like things that you need to have access to all on your laptop or phone. And I'm going to tell you the different ways I use Google Forms. I save all of my systems in my notes on my phone so I can easily pass it on to a consultant or a director. They have access to all my videos, to all my training, to all my Dropbox files, all in one place. And then one tip too, before I start like giving you more details, one thing that makes this go really well, sales directors especially, you listen to me, and consultants too, but sales directors, when you are building a consultant to directorship and she starts team building, you need her to watch how you talk to that person. And so I communicate with my people's people almost always with the consultant involved. So that's group text, group boxes, conference calls, three-way calls, and Zoom chats or three-way FaceTimes or message or whatever with your people's people. That way the recruiter is always listening to the director and can see how it's working so that when she does it on her own, she already has seen you do it a bajillion times and has seen you text her people and sees exactly what you say to them and stuff like that. Don't expect your people to know what you're doing with their people when they come in, only when they've only heard it done to them one time. Okay. So they just have to keep watching you. If you are constantly being watched as you work, you will work more effectively, more efficiently, more duplicatably. And honestly, you'll be more productive yourself as sales directors. Like, just be honest with yourself. Like, if there was a Mary Kay camera following you around 24/7, you'd be doing a lot better in your Mary Kay business because you would not want them to see you messing around or being lazy or saying something you shouldn't. So just think about that. Like, bring your people with you. It really, really, I'm just saying, y'all are laughing at me, but you know, oh, there's 100. Is there 100 people limit? Really? Well, that's a really good thing to know. Thank you. Okay. Yes, I am recording it. So, and it's a little too late for me to do anything about it now. That stinks, you guys. I wish that the Facebook did screen share, because I think that would be really helpful. Okay. And I am recording this, yes, so everyone can come back and see that. The other thing is you're going to want some binders. Okay, so binders for your team, binder for planning, and notebook for your team building. And you're going to want to master the recap text. Now, the recap text is really, really important because it is a lifesaver in your business when it comes to just basically knowing what's going on and not having to remember everything, but easily having access to everything that you talked about. And we're going to talk a little bit about the recap text too in this training. So first, we're going to look at the system. So let me go ahead and screen share this. And question, does anyone know how you can increase the participants in a Zoom chat? That would be awesome. Okay. You know what? I have an idea. I have an idea, you guys. I am going to Facebook Live the rest of the crew in here. No, Kristen, you stay on. Okay, here we go. Sorry, this is so sloppy, you guys. This is not how it's supposed to go. I was supposed to have this figured out, and because of me being sick, I didn't. And so there's that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just do a little reconnaissance work here. All right. Okay. This is what we're going to do. Now let me screen share this. Okay, for you guys joining me on Facebook Live, I just want to apologize. It's because you probably can't be on the Zoom. And so I'm adding you in now, and you can go back and watch the beginning part of this on the Zoom, but I'm going to add you in now so that you at least get the last half of this. Okay. I'm going to screen share now. Maybe. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I want to do that. Okay. Tell me if you guys can see this. Can you see any of this? Okay. Can you see my screen? And it won't let me pick. Okay, so this is my Dropbox for director systems. If you can see this. So this has every system that I have. Okay, let me show you guys. So this has every system. Woo, okay. Assistant system, base unit system, coaching system, DIQ, director growth, director money system, event management, interview system, new consultant system, planning system, recognition system, and training system. Okay, so these are all, there's 12 systems altogether. We're not going to go through all 12. There's not enough time. But we are going to go through the ones that I think are most important for consultants and directors. And we're going to start with the new consultant system, which looks like this. There's 4 folders in the new consultant system. And I want to say the director's guide. Here, this is for those of you who can't, let me see there. Okay, so the director's guide to this new consultant system, I want to thank Kristen Erickson for coming up with the original design, which then I sent to my graphic designer, and she kind of changed it for this Ignite series. But this is like exactly what you take a consultant through, from the day she signs up all the way to her red jacket. It also has a spot for her strengths, her love language, first, second, and third order. And at the very top here, I have a picture for her to put her photo. Okay. And so this sheet is going to be your like mortar that goes in between the bricks every time you bring in a new team member. Okay. So if you're a consultant and you bring in your first team member, this is what they're going to be going through. Like this is exactly, so if they're ever like lost in translation, they can go back to this, and you can like automatically tell them where they're at in the system of their new consultant. So no one gets lost, and no one forgets what their next step is. Okay. And so that's why it's really important to have a system of like, what do people do from here to there? Okay. Okay. So I see some people are jumping off the Zoom and onto the Facebook, and that's fine. Whatever you want to do. It's all good to me. It's all good. This is just me making lemonade out of lemons, you guys. I'll probably have to put some really cool stuff into Facebook after this because I love you. Okay. And so next thing is I want to talk a little bit about this new consultant system. And the reason why I think it's so important is because without a system of exactly what to do, people don't feel confident. And so real quick, I want you to look at this with fresh eyes. I want you to look at this like, this is going to be my fresh eye approach to every time I bring in a new team member. What is that going to look like? So first things first, you got to get some certain things like in place. So by the way, the 5 systems that we're going to go over as new consultant, and we're going to take 2 weeks to do that. The interview system, the planning system, your coaching system, and your DIQ system. Because if you want to be a DIQ, be a sales director, have lots of those, that's like going to be later on in the series. Also, the hashtag for tonight is hashtag get simplified. Get simplified. That's going to be the hashtag for this specific week. And then I kind of want to go over some things that you want to have prepared this week. So obviously Dropbox, obviously a Google Drive. You're going to want 2 3-ring binders. My first 3-ring binder looks like this. And this is, it's basically my planning binder. And we're going to go over my planning one, and you're going to be so excited because you're going to feel so much more organized and better with your time. And then you're going to want one for new consultants. And this is my new consultant binder. And Kristen, she developed these really cute new consultant tracking sheets before I changed them, but they basically, each one of my new consultants has one of these tracking sheets with their name on it. And so you're going to print those, get them in your binder so you're ready for every team member that you have. You're also going to want a smaller notebook, just a really like a littler one like this for your career chats. So something small for career chats. I like this one. This is an Adam's voicemail log because it separates all the interviews that you do. You're going to want to get your desire to be a director. I guess it's called an interview flow of a career chat that Julia Burnett put together, and I helped her with some of it. She did most of it. I just added a few little tweaks to it. This will revolutionize your business when it comes to your career chats. It turned our recruiting average from 1 in 5 to 1 in 3. And then Caitlin, and hers is like 1 in 2. And so it's like a really great tool. You're going to want to print that this week. And then you're also going to want to have your, just your file folder. And something that you take with you everywhere, and it has specific things in it that you're going to access all the time throughout your business. And if it's always in one place, then you feel organized and you're not constantly searching for stuff. But there's got to be some stuff that's physical and some stuff that is digital, because some people are digital people, and then some people are physical, like they need to like touch it. Okay. You're also going to want to put together your welcome letter this week. You're going to want to compile your checklist for your welcome packet. And if your sales director already has one, use hers. If she already has a welcome letter, use hers. But if you're like a red jacket DIQ, or you're really in the zone and you're like moving fast towards directorship, you really want to start taking over that stuff on your own, because when your people start joining your team, they want to see you as the leader and not your sales director as much. They want to start like seeing you in that role, if that makes sense. And then you're going to want to save all of your new consultant videos and text replacements in one easy to access place. Okay, so all of my videos are in a text replacement. All of my quick welcome texts are all in a text replacement. So let's start walking through this new consultant system. All consultants and directors need to know what's next. And the flow chart is the most important, because with or without inventory, you have to have a system. And whether they start with inventory or not, you need to make sure they're getting the training that they need and that they know what the next step is. And so I'm just really quickly going to show you my flow chart, which is in my new consultant. Let's see. It's in the, well, if you guys all had access to the Dropbox folder that I sent you earlier, it's definitely in there. But let me go ahead and show you this. Am I screen sharing right now? I don't think I am. Hang on. This is the flow chart. Okay, share my screen. Okay, this is the flow chart. And so for those of you, this is always what happens with my unit. And anybody who joins my team, they get orientation number 1 and number 2. And either they have no inventory or an active order only, or they're not highly motivated, or they do place an inventory order, or they're highly motivated with a large contact list. Okay, so there's 2 sides of this flow chart. No inventory, or maybe just an active order, or maybe they just seem to be really not motivated. And the other side is inventory or highly motivated with a large contact list. So if your team member comes in, they're gonna come in on one side of this list. That's how you know what happens next. So on this side of the screen, if they don't come in with inventory or an active order, or they're not highly motivated, the first thing you're gonna walk them through is the Purdy 30, which is 30 faces or a power start. And you're gonna walk them through how to book their power start. I don't typically do business debuts for people who don't fit into this category over here, but I will walk them through their 30 faces in 30 days. I'll also give them a challenge of how to sell some product. And then after that, they're gonna work on their Pearl program and boot camp. They're gonna go through the Pearl program, Pearls of Sharing, which I'll share with you guys too, and then eventually end up in our Power Program Consistency Club. Now, if they do come in highly motivated or with inventory and a large contact list, we launch them a big launch party, a business debut. From there, they go into their 30 faces Power Start. From there, Pearl program and boot camp. And then from there, they end up in the Power Program Consistency Club, which is going to give them that solid, consistent business. So this flow chart is just an overview of what do we do with a team member when they come in? What do we do with a team member when they come in? Where do they go? What happens next? This is the big building blocks. Then what I've done is I've taken the in-between stuff, like what is this? What is this right here? What happens here? And I've given you some tools, okay? So this is like 101, I guess, when it comes to this stuff. So let me stop sharing this for a second. Okay, and so the reason I want you to see the flow chart is so then you can understand the actual, progression of where they go, and then now you can kind of zoom in on the details. So now we're going to zoom in on the details because this is important. Every time you have a new team member, you want to have the details of exactly what to say, what happens next. And so what happens next? Well, this new consultant tracking sheet is the best thing that could ever happen to somebody, because on this new consultant tracking sheet, it says welcome packet. Okay. And so they get a welcome packet. What does your welcome packet look like? Let me screen share again. I should just stay in screen share mode for a while, guys. What does your welcome packet look like? Well, right now it looks like this. And so you guys, and I'm going to send you an editable welcome packet for at least I'm going to give you a blank cover letter, and you can add your own checklist, but I'm going to give you the documents for the consultant etiquette you can use in your own. I'm also going to give you the documents for, not that, you guys can make your own checklists. For the inventory part, talking about inventory, you're going to get that. You're going to get success equals your personal use, having them fill up their own travel bag in their welcome packet. You're also going to get the business power plan, so they can figure out exactly what inventory package makes sense for them based on their goals and their commitment level. And then you're going to give them how to pay for their inventory. This sheet, you're going to get this, and this is the newer sheet with the updated bundle values. So I did get this updated with the Great Start program. And so you'll get to have that copy, and the only thing you'll have to do to make it your own, you guys, is make your own cover letter and your own checklist for new consultants. Now you can mimic mine. Mine are really good, but you might have a different thing in mind for a prize, and you may have a different website and all that stuff. And so you're going to actually be able to make your own checklist. So that's a little gift to you guys that I'm giving you, is a kind of an editable welcome packet that you can feel free to use because it works really good. And you can add your own pictures and stuff like that. Okay. So that's what the welcome packet looks like. Back to they get a welcome text. What does my welcome text look like? Well, my welcome text, let me show you an exact text feed that I have, which I did go ahead and put that in your Dropbox link. Let's see, I think it's in here, director. Yeah, text feed. So this is the text that I send as a welcome. So they get the welcome to Mary Kay. This is your sales director, or you can be, this is your recruiter. This is the welcome video. This is the Google form that's a welcome survey. They get that. This is the inventory video. And this is the welcome packet in a digital form. So they get all of that. And then I say, I cannot wait to set up your orientation. What works better for you tomorrow, or is the next day more what you're thinking? Awesome. Please review these videos and complete the survey before we meet. Write down all your questions so you don't forget. Still on for orientation today. So this is just my feeds to her. Like, I erased all of her answers, but I just wanted to show you exactly what I send to a consultant from the time they start all the way until they're a red jacket. So let's talk a little bit about this part right here, because the welcome is really important. Okay. There's a couple things that I want to talk about when it comes to your new consultant welcome, that are really important for you and your team, no matter who they are. I don't care, just anybody that joins your team, they need to have this welcome information. And your big welcome has to have a couple main components. It has to have a welcome packet, something that you can either mail or they can hold in their hand, where they can take a pen and they can physically check it off. Now, for a while I switched completely to digital because I was working with these young girls and they were all up about digital and pic collages. But what I was finding is that I wasn't getting the results that I wanted to get on these checklists. But for some reason, when I flipping printed them and handed them, it doesn't matter how old they were, they would do it and they would check them off, and they got so excited. So I just switched all the way back to an actual packet. But a packet contains main ingredients: a welcome letter, the next steps checklist, consultant etiquette, inventory packages, business pipeline. Like I said, a welcome video has some ingredients in itself. And you guys make your own welcome videos. I don't care if you're a new consultant, just like make your own welcome video, because your team member wants to see you. If your goal is to be a sales director, make your own welcome video. I still want if your director has one, that's great. She can see that too. But like, get in the habit of like loving on your people. Okay. Your welcome video ingredients. First of all, it should be real. Like, just be real. Like my first welcome video, I had my hair in a bun, like a really hot, messy bun. And I was wearing very little makeup, and I was like in a hoodie or something. I mean, but I was just being real, and I was in my office. Talk about your feelings. Talk about the feelings, like, hey, this is scary. Yeah, it's okay to be scared. Like, you're normal. Yay, welcome to the normal people club. You probably have already thought about sending your starter kit back by the time you've seen this. That's totally okay. Me too. You probably think you're going to suck at this. Hey, me too. Talk about your feelings. Talk about their feelings, because they need to know that she gets me. She gets me. Talk about Voxer being your main form of communication. Talk about your Facebook groups. Talk about how they need to get a separate bank account. Talk about that they're getting packets and they're going to get some websites, and not to be overwhelmed, that they'll take it at their own pace, and that you're a community and you guys are a family and you're going to do this together. You got your starter kit, you got my hand, and we're going to do this, and it's going to be fun. And so that's what your welcome video should kind of be. It doesn't need to be really long. it should be kind of short, like 4 minutes, I think, or less should be a welcome video. And I have a hair that's attacking my left nostril, right nostril, left to you, right to me. Oh, okay. The inventory video that you send to someone should be someone like Michelle Cunningham's, because she's funny. She keeps it lighthearted, but it's still very informative. I never want we just brought in a $3,000 Emerald Star today. And those are not abnormal in my unit anymore. And it's not because I do this great inventory speech, because I don't. All I do is I just make sure that my girls are attending a meeting as soon as possible, and so they can see the bigger picture. I also send them Michelle Cunningham's video, because it's really important, or it's really excellently made. And if people don't have inventory, it's going to affect their business. Like, it's a good thing to have inventory. And so if you're a consultant on here and you don't have inventory, you can't expect your people to get inventory. And so I would try to find anything that you can do possible to get inventory. That way, when you bring in new people, they're going to do it too. So, so this is a really important piece too. Don't feel like you have to have all the answers. Use tools that everybody is seeing the same thing. When everyone sees the same thing, then you start seeing similar patterns and results in your business. But when you're like, you say one thing to her and you say another thing to her and you say another thing to her, oh my goodness, you guys, no wonder you're getting such hip-hoppity results in your business. It's because there's not a consistent stream of the same information. Directors, you might be cringing right now. I had to really get over the fact that I cannot control everything in my business. People are going to talk to people. My consultants that are brand new are going to talk about inventory in front of their people, even if I tell them they need to talk to me about it. And so I've just decided to give them more tools and equip them, instead of praying that a new consultant messes up an inventory conversation. Give her the confidence and the skills to be able to have one. And what I've realized, you guys, is that you cannot baby your team members. Everyone in your unit is over 18. They are sharp, smart women. They don't need to be babied. And so this has changed. I don't spend all this time doing stuff, because stuff's just happening. Okay. And so I just want to talk about that, because it's just important to know. So inventory video, I use Michelle Cunningham's new video. And so just so you guys know, I will post her new video, her new inventory video. It's awesome. I am so shiny, you guys. I'm like, I don't know. I'm shiny. Sorry. I should have powdered more before I got. Oh, there's a lot of lemon in this. Okay. I will post that. I will post my inventory survey. I'll post the welcome video. I'll post all that, so you guys can review that. The exact orientation every time. Okay, so this is something that has totally changed my life and my consultant's life and my DIQ's life and my director's life. Like, before, I had an outline, and I would go through the outline, but I don't know, just there's something about a Google form that when you're typing it in, you're following exactly the same format every time. You're typing in her answers, and then it's saving it on a Google form for new consultants, that you can track your new consultants on a Google form for the rest of their Mary Kay career. That's really powerful. Talk about not losing information. There's 2 places I store new consultant stuff. All my team members are in a file in my Google Drive, thanks to my welcome survey and my orientation. And they're all in my new consultant, or my binder, my consultant binder, which I call it my coaching binder, because I do turn it into how I coach them. They're always in those 2 places. And so I always have access to what is going on with my unit member. And if I don't have either one of those things, I always have my phone and my last text, which is always a recap of the last conversation we had. You guys, this is probably one of the most powerful things. You guys start doing this week. Recap text everybody you talk to on the phone. So just for example, let's say you talk to your mom about Thanksgiving, And she's like, okay, I'm going to have you bring, the cranberry salad and the dinner rolls, and your sister's going to bring the blah, blah, blah. And we're going to arrive at this time. And you guys are talking about this all on the phone. I want you, as soon as you hang up the phone, I want you to get on your phone, text her. So, okay, Mom, thanks for the call. Just for the recap, I'm bringing this, Sissy's bringing this, and you want us to show up at this time, correct? ... Because guess what? Now you have the most amazing brain on your phone, and you don't have to remember it because it's on your phone. And so there's this little tiny switch in your settings that says save text messages forever or for 30 days or whatever. I save mine forever. I probably shouldn't do that, but I do, because I always want to go back and remember what was the last conversation we had. And when you start doing the recap text, you automatically always have your last conversation recapped in a short text. So you're not forgetting, what did we talk about last time? What did she say she was going to do? What was I supposed to send her? Did I do that? I don't even know. Blah! None of that anymore, you guys. And none of this writing on a scribbly piece of paper and then shoving it somewhere and just thinking, oh, I'll get to that. I'll remember that. That's where no, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't. Recap text. Okay. Now I'm going to take a short question break. Okay. They have a paid version that makes the availability for, okay. Thank you. I will look into that. You can have up to 500 participants with the large meeting add-on. Okay, I will look into that. Okay. Thanks, guys. My eye color is, I don't know. It's the new Chroma Fusion. It's like a pinky one and a brown one. And the one that replaced Honey Spice. Yeah, probably should have looked at that before I got on this thing, because I knew you guys would ask. And this lipstick, this is medium nude lip liner, and that's it. It's like my go-to, you guys. Okay. The hashtag for tonight is #GetSimplified. I was going to say get organized, but organization is such a, people use that. I am not an organized person, but I am becoming more simplified. And so when you're simplified, you don't have to be as organized because you don't have as much clutter to organize because you're simplified. Does that make sense? Thank you, Katie. I'm glad I can humor you. Hey, at least you're getting some fun tonight. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have about 10 minutes. And so I'm going to keep going. Oh, where did I get the sparkly accordion file? Okay. Okay, so this is a funny thing. Both of my newest offspring has the same exact sparkly. This is rose gold, and I think we got it at Office Depot. Yeah, Office Depot. I also got I got this printed at Office Depot. You guys, this is gonna be your best friend. You don't even know yet, but this is gonna be your best. Got this printed there. I bought my Adams log on, I think I have an actual, here. I stickered mine to death, but look at this. Hold on. This is what it actually looks like. It's called a voice mail log. You can get these on Amazon in pack of 2. The brand name is Adams, or you can go to Office Depot and get them. And then, 3-ring binders you can get anywhere. Okay, so moving on. Let's move on. Yeah, simplifying. Lynn, I totally get you. The hashtag is, so when you're going to do your homework this week, I'm going to give you your homework, and you're going to, as you're doing it, I just want you to comment anytime you have a moment where you're like, I'm so glad I did that, or, that was easy. Hashtag get simplified. I want to know, as you're completing the homework, as you're taking steps to getting more simplified and you're getting these systems in place, I want you to post it in the group or outside the group. I don't care. Probably in the group, because no one's going to know what the heck you're talking about. And then hit with the hashtag get simplified. That way, if we want to go back through and see everybody's get simplified tips or their pictures of their binders, or anytime you post anything about this Pacesetters for this week, I want it to be get simplified, hashtag get simplified. Okay, just some overview of what we're talking about. This is a simple flow where there's never going to be a question of what's next. You have all the text messages that you would ever send to your new team member from the time they start all the way until they're a red jacket. You have a checklist of exactly what they need to do from the point that they sign up all the way until they're a red jacket. So there's never a question of what's next. I think sometimes we get in this mindset of, well, what do I do with her now? Or what do I do now? Like, let's say you're a new consultant and you're not a red jacket yet. Well, I would go through that list and say, what haven't I done on it? And that's your go-to. That's your next step, you know? It also diminishes mind games. You know, part of my new consultant system is they get on the Voxer challenge. I cannot tell you how many women have voxed me and said, that Voxer challenge has changed my life. Some of you guys may be on now and have listened to my whole Voxer challenge, and the reason you're even on this Pacesetters is because that changed your life. That Voxer challenge changed my life, and I made it. So that diminishes the mind games. You know, new consultants, if you're a consultant, even as sales directors, we play so many mind games with our own selves because of doubt and fear and all that stuff. If you kind of upfront tell people about that and how to manage their emotions and how to manage their time so that they don't squander the minutes that they have, talk to them about their money up front. You guys, we can literally save people so much heartache by telling them ahead of time how to handle it. What this does is it gives you the science, so you only have to worry about the art. Like, you guys, we are somewhat worried about like those random situations that come up in our business that, you know, I don't know, like somebody returning product or whatever. You don't want to worry about the actual stuff that happens as people start. Like, if you have all the bricks and the mortar in place and that system running, then all you have to worry about is the art part, not the science. Okay. If you've not heard of my Voxer challenge, it's on tinafrance.com. You click on DNA starts here. The password is Faith, Faith, all lowercase, and it's under the new consultant tab. And there's 31 messages now, audio messages from, it was originally called the Masters series, and now it's called the Voxer challenge. Sorry, my throat's getting super scratchy. Okay. Would you say that older consultants, if they got lost in the system, could go back? Oh, yes, Stacy. That was huge. A lot of my new directors went back into people that like never made it to their red jacket for whatever reason and said, you know, hey girl, I just wanted to let you know, we have developed a really cool new training system in Mary Kay, and I just totally feel like I failed you. And I would love to see if we could reconnect and I could kind of walk you through it. Is it okay if I share with you your next step? And most people were like, yeah, girl, tell me this new system. Like, tell me what's next. And so you can do that with anybody at any point. And anytime you feel like anybody slipped through the cracks, your first team member, your third team member, your 18th team member, your 95th unit member, a simple text is, hey gal, sorry we haven't been in touch in a minute. Are you ready for your next steps? It's a quick way to just reconnect with someone and just bring them back into the system again and just get them to their next step. I got in contact with a girl that I just absolutely love not too long ago who, you know, just came back into my life and is going, I'm going to put her right through the system because, and it's like kind of fast tracking it too. Okay, let's see. What else are you asking me? Katie, you're funny. I love my Katie. Yeah, Katie said she loves the new consultant system or the Voxer challenge. Okay. Okay, your fail-safe. We're going to talk about your fail-safe in this new consultant system and your team building system. Your fail-safe communication is going to be with your weekly plan sheet. There's going to be a specific day that you just double check and make sure none of your new consultants are slipping through the cracks. And you go back 3 months worth of new consultants. This is like your catch-all for anyone who may have slipped through, but they rarely do, because the system is like bulletproof, yo, bulletproof. I wish I had a song for that. Wait, there is a song for that. There's a song for everything. Okay. Hi, Katie. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Okay. So really fast, we're going to review. Oh, and then before I go, I'm going to give you your homework, and I'm going to give you, maybe some of you, the reason you got on this call. I'm going to give you 3 scripts that will rock your world. Rock your world. 3 scripts. So excited. Okay. So just a real quick review. Systems create a well-oiled machine. Simplification makes you look like you have it all together. This program will give you confidence, but most importantly, it will give everyone who works with you confidence too. Okay, that's the big thing. That's huge, because they're like, oh, her job looks like she's reading. I can do that, you know? Couple things to just kind of review is there's 12 systems in this whole program. You'll have access to all of them by the end, but here's what I want you to know. I'm only going over new consultant, interview, planning, coaching, and DIQ. So we're just going to go over 5 in the 6 weeks, and we're spending a little bit more time on the new consultant system just because I think it will just provide a lot of clarity. And for those of you that are building a unit or are currently building a bigger unit, this piece will amplify your productivity and your production by just your new consultant productivity, and your team member productivity will skyrocket. You want to get your stuff together before we dive into these systems. So you're going to get your Dropbox downloaded, get your Google Drive ready, get your 2 3-ring binders, get a smaller notebook for interviews or chats, your Adams log, get your bound career chat flow, get your flow bound and ready to go. Get your new consultant tracking sheets printed. Grab your file folder where you can, I'm going to go over what goes in your file folder next week. Write your welcome letter. You can look at mine. You can copy mine. I don't even care if you use the exact same words and put your name on it. Like, it's okay to copycat as long as you copy the right cat. I will provide you with a generic one that you can make your own. Directors. If you have unit members on here, you can tell them, hey, I'm going to do that, and you guys can use mine. Or directors, if you have a consultant that's really moving up, listen, let them create their own. I promise you, it has revolutionized my unit. It's crazy. So get your welcome letter, compile your checklist for your new consultants, take a look at mine, give yourself an idea of what you want your new people doing right when they start, and then save your new welcome videos and all your text replacements somewhere easy to track, easy to find them. Okay. So that's going to be your homework. Your homework is going to be to download Dropbox, get your Google Drive, get your 2 3-ring binders, get a smaller notebook for interviews, get your career chat thing bound at Office Depot if you can. And by the way, this does cost a little bit of money, the homework does. So if that is like not in the budget for you, you guys go sell a Miracle Set 3D, and it will more than cover your couple little things you need to print and buy. Get your new consultant tracking sheets printed. I would print however many you want to bring in for the next 3 months. Get them printed. Get your file folder, write your welcome letter, compile your checklist, and then get your videos and everything in place. This is getting yourself organized for your next team member, and start doing this system with your next new team member. And if you're brand new, you guys, and you want your sales director to do this and you be included in it, just say, hey, I want you to do this, or she's on here, hopefully. Include me every time I bring a new team member in, include me in your system so I can watch it, and then eventually when I'm in red, create my own. You guys, there's no secrets. Like, you need to know this stuff now so you're not surprised later. So that's your homework. And when you complete the homework, there's going to be a little link that you fill out, and I will post that tomorrow, maybe tonight, maybe tonight or tomorrow. I have it virtually done. thanks to my assistant who's keeping me sane. And everybody fills that out by Monday night. So on Tuesday morning, I'll look through all of that and check it out. And then you guys, all of these things I'm giving you is worth far more than the donation that I asked for, that less than half of you actually paid. And so I just want you to know, like, this is all coming from like a desire to grow the company of Mary Kay and to grow like powerful, like really awesome boss babe women that look confident, pass on confidence, and make their jobs look easy. Okay. I'm gotta give you these. First of all, I have to tell you my quote for the day. It's see it big and keep it simple. See it big, keep it simple. That's by Williford Peterson. Wilford Peterson, that's how you say his name. See it big, but keep it simple, okay? And now the scripts that will change your life. Are you guys ready for these? This has nothing to do with this specific pace setter, but these scripts have been so helpful to so many people that I just have to tell them to you now. So the first script, and I will post these in the Facebook group. The first script is, hey, Tracy, I really miss seeing you and connecting with you. But I'm feeling like I'm super bugging you. This is a monkey with his face like this. Can you help me out and reply with one of the following? A, girl, you are totally good, comma, I've just been super busy, exclamation point. What's up? Face with little sunglasses. B, oh my gosh, life has totally happened. Can you call me in 2 days, weeks, months, whatever you want to add there. C, little girl emoji with her hands like this. Stop texting me, you creepy creeperson. Laughy face. Oh my gosh, this is the best one. Okay, so this script is for people who stopped responding to you, or like you messaged them about something and like never heard from them again. This is one of those scripts that like is so good. I almost always get a response. Hey Tracy, I really miss seeing you and connecting with you, but I'm feeling like I'm bugging you. Can you help me out and reply with one of the following? A, girl, you're totally good. I've just been busy. What's up? B, oh my gosh, life has totally happened. Can you call me in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever. C, stop texting me, you creepy creeperson. Laughy face. Okay, that's the first script. Isn't that so good? They always respond. Always. The next one is, hi friend, sorry if I offended you in any way, and I hope you don't take my passion for pushiness. I get way too excited up in here, and then I have the girl going like that. Okay, I don't ever want Mary Kay to come between our friendship, and if you feel like it's not your thing at all, please just tell me. I promise not to be offended, and I won't bring it up again. I care too much. You feel me? Lots of hearts, prayer hands. That one's huge as well. Do definitely get some response from that. And that's for the person that you feel like you talked about Mary Kay too much to and you don't want to ruin their friendship. Yeah, that's that girl. And then the last thing is, hey friend, I totally know things get super busy, so I'm just checking in as a happy reminder. And if you need to get back to me later, it's all good. I'll check back in a few days if I don't hear from you. And if you're not interested, I'm totally not offended. Just let me know. Smiley face, sunshine, sunflower, thanks, blessings, exclamation point. Okay. Why am I giving you these scripts? Because people, I feel like, don't know what to say. Do you ever get in a situation where you don't know what to say? My friend Chelsea Burling, and sales director, a senior sales director who's earned 7 cars, I think, in Mary Kay, she made up a really catchy jingle. What do you say when? What do you say when? What do you say when you don't know what to say? And we did this theme at our fall dance and like said scripts and words and verbiage for people who just are in situations where they get like, they just don't know what to say back. And they don't want to like offend someone or push them away or be weird. Nobody wants to be weird. These scripts are not weird. They're fun, they're lighthearted, and they get responses. And so I wanted to share them with you because they're just so good, and I will post them. And so that's your little treat for today's Pacesetters, because today was a lot of organizational stuff and a lot of like potatoes and not as much meat, although there was some meat, but I just wanted to get you something super meaty that you could take a hold of and run with right now, because I guarantee every single one of you on this call could probably send every single one of those scripts to at least 1 to 10 people tonight. and be so glad and make some sort of movement in your business. Can I get an amen about that? Can anybody feeling me? Anybody at all? Okay, I'm getting lots of amens here. Okay, well, I've already gone 7 minutes over, but I feel like I was allowed to because I took at least 7 minutes of technical issues. And for those of you that are on Facebook Live, go back. I'm going to post the beginning of this conference, which is really important because it kind of goes through some like stuff that you need to know. Go back and watch that recording, just the beginning part, if you couldn't get on because there was only 100 participants. You guys that are on the Zoom, you don't have to worry about that because you saw the whole thing, but I am going to repost these for everybody so everybody can watch. Okay. Any questions before I hang up? And get excited for next week because we're going to talk more detail about what to do with a person that comes into your business as a team member or a unit member. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to move them fast, including yourself if you qualify in that you want to move fast. Okay, so this can be really good, fast-paced, like movement. I will post everything, you guys. I'm going to literally get off here and I'm going to post the homework. I'm going to post the homework link. I'm going to post all the things I said I'd post. The scripts, where is the file? I'll post the file. I'll post it all. I'll post it all. Okay. Awesomeness. You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, it's all in the Dropbox. And you guys, that's only one Dropbox link. Remember I showed you I have 12 systems. I only sent you the new consultant one. So you'll have a bunch by the end of this whole thing is over. You're going to get the first 5, and then sales directors, I'll probably send you the other ones if you're on here, or anyone who wants them. They're all so good. So good. Okay. Well, I love you guys. Have so much fun. Thank you for bearing with my voice. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I promise I'm going to get myself together. Next week, it'll be flawless. It'll be flawless. So have a yes, I'm going to take care of my voice. I'm going to keep drinking tea. I'm going to get lots of rest this week. Next Tuesday, guys, same time, same place. And if you're in the Cincinnati area on Monday, be sure you come see me and Gloria in Cincinnati. Hey, I know. Well, my lower register is good, but when I start getting all excited, I start losing my voice. Oh, okay, guys. All right, I'm hanging up. I hope you enjoyed something. Hey.